Blessings, yo. Outside is a variety store of mindsets, right? And it's all dressed up in whatever it is that you, in your heart, is connected to. You know? What are you actually looking for when you go outside? You know? And that's what your heart will connect to. Because not everybody is looking for the same thing when it comes to shopping outside, you know? Everybody is on a different path as to what they're actually looking for to fill themselves, to feel fulfilled, you know, full when it comes to life. People, places, and things that is included in that life. You know, some people that we are connected to will make us feel broke and basically starve us, right? By way of just being connected to them. You know, and then there's places that will break you, you know, when it comes to not only your money, but the confusion of your mind too. There's things that we do, you know, that stays connected to us. You know, that some of the things, you know, could make us addicted. You know, but the basis of everything is love. What do you love when you go outside? That's the part of you that will align to you magnetically, and it will magnify parts of you that you haven't learned through loving you know? Because a lot of us are influenced, especially when it comes to the way that the world is going. You know, everyone's supposed to be in an impoverished mindset. You know, you're supposed to stay on survivability. You're supposed to be in victimhood, you know, just to stay in the hood, whereas everybody is under a hood of confusion, doubt, mysteriousness, you know, the scamming and the scheming of not only of who we are behind the scenes, but who's behind the image, you know, who's really who in their being, more so than hiding behind a mask, you know, who are you when it comes to you being you? That's the question, you know, because we can always go around outside looking for everything that we want, but the exterior is always dressed in what we want from the inside, you know. If you're looking for money, you're gonna have so many people dressed up in money, whereas they have every which way to get money, but they're broke on the inside. They ain't got no heart for anything else but scamming and scheming and stepping on necks, and they don't care who the fuck they hurt to get that money. You know, it's all in the connections. Same thing with places. You inadvertently sign up some shit, you know, for that help, and all of a sudden they get more help than you from using you as far as needing the help. You know, the things that we do. You know, we can get into the drugs, the alcohol, all that shit. The lusting, you know, of other people, paying them to dress up. It's like, yo, it's a lot of things that we will magnify within ourselves when it comes to loving everything else but ourselves. And there are people, places, and things around us